Hi, this is Trish and welcome to Rooster Grow Farms. Thank you for clicking on this video and wondered what it was all about. I don't do the little clickety bait thing, but it's true. It's the truth. I have lied. Lied to myself, lied to y'all. I told myself I wasn't gonna plant cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower until the fall because they never ever do any good. And every year I'm thinking, what if? And again, I've done it again. I actually love broccoli and I love cauliflower. And the problem where I'm at, if those of you that can understand being in zone 7A, 7B, it gets very hot very quick. So you have to be, the timing for your spring cold weather crops, as they've been called, is very key. And I should have already had these in the ground or started or something. There is a fly buzzing around my greenhouse. But I wasn't intending on planting them. However, I was reading a blog or reading something, and this person had made a statement and asked the question, is it too late to grow, cabbage and whatever in zone 7A, 7B? And they said, absolutely not. And they said, what you have to do to get it to go big fast is to fertilize very well, which is probably why I haven't ever been really successful with my broccoli and cabbage and such, because I do not fertilize hardly at all. I'm terrible. I'm just terrible. So anyways, he had a trick, and that's what I'm gonna try. So it was basically using fertilizer. I'm gonna try this trifecta from M.I. Gardner, and then also using a Alaskan fish emulsion. Apparently you use that every week. And then when you do plant them in the ground, you wanna use a good hefty bit of manure or like a black cow, or I guess if you had compost, you could use that as well. And then, like I said, you feed it the fish emulsion. And then when you first start them or whatever, you use the trifecta. You only have to use like a tablespoon of that per so many gallons of soil. And you only use that, I think, once, maybe twice for heavy feeders. So I did not order anything new as far as these cold weather plants. So what I've done is I filled up my trays that I got from Bootstrap Farmer. And basically these are really cool because they got the holes in the bottom, right? And then they have the little thing that they sit in, and then they have that bottom watered tray so you can water them from the bottom. And these are, I prefer to use these smaller trays, especially for like the shallower plants, but I am going to plant a bunch in each cell, so that is why I used the bigger ones. Now, as far as my potting soil, this is not generally what I like to use. This is like a big bag of potting soil. It's got a little bit of fertilizer mixed in it. It's from the big box store. It's not the Miracle-Gro or anything, but anyways, this it's woody, so it's got a lot of big chunks in it, which if you are growing your little seeds, sometimes it takes so much energy for them to pop through the soil, and if they've got all this stuff, that's why potting soil is usually best. But again, this is what I have, so this is what I'm going to use. Mainly because I'm not putting much faith in these successfully growing, and I don't want to put too much money in it. I've never grown like a head of broccoli. I always do like this broccoli. This is a broccoli rab or whatever. This is like smaller, like you can use them in stir fries and such. But I do have, like, this is a head of broccoli. I'm gonna try that. I have purple cauliflower that I'm gonna try. I have some more broccoli. Look, I've had this broccoli. This dated on it. I don't know if this one's dated. My other one, I mean, these are old. I've had these for a long time. These say 2021, but I think these are like 2019. Not sure how good of a germination I'm gonna have with these, but anyways, there's those. I have just regular cauliflower. I'm gonna try this dinosaur kale just because it's cool. I'm gonna try some of these bunching onions. I have a whole bunch of different variety. Oh, I have Brussels sprouts. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I could try Brussels sprouts. I have all different kinds of cabbage. This is from M.I. Gardner. I have that from Baker Creek. I have this from Baker Creek. I have grown cabbage in the fall before and got big old heads of cabbage. Okay, these are beets. I think they really like you to direct sow these, but I'm gonna try an experiment because why not? I think I even wrote on there direct sow March 13th. I'm gonna just experiment a little bit, and I thought, yeah, I'll do a video on it and show you guys. We'll speed it up. I have these little things. A little tip that I had found is fill these out first, then put them in there, so that you don't put them in there and then forget what it is that you were going to put in there. So I hope you guys are all out here enjoying this false spring or whatever they call it. I'm very much enjoying it. It's beautiful outside, and I will take it as I can get it, right? Absolutely. Okay, so next week I am going to plant my peppers and my tomatoes, and if you have watched any of my shorts, I went shopping for some seeds in my garden that had shriveled up, and I got some seeds out there in my garden. Okay, I just did this all scientifically. No, not really. I have 10 different types of seeds that I want to plant today. So in my little tray section here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 8 rows of 4, so that's technically not going to work, but I'm going to split one of the rows up and just do 2 cells of not so many stuff. I don't know if, I'm sure I've done a bazillion videos on how to seed start. I don't have a like master way that I do it. So these are like big enough where I can start like 4 seeds in each little cell. So that is what I'm going to do, and then I'll go through when I'm done and I will separate them all into the ground, most likely. I don't even know if I have enough to do a whole thing of this one. We'll see. This is cabbage. Let's see if I have enough. So this video, or this thing that encouraged me to go ahead and just try to plant this cold weather crop now. It takes about generally 90 to 100 days for most of this stuff to germinate. And so that'll be in May, and it gets really warm here in May. So my thought process was, okay, this site was saying, you know, they're heavy feeders. It's important to fertilize them to get them to grow big fast. I'm not very great at fertilizing. So I'm going to try this trifecta, which is a M.I. Gardner fertilizer. And then I am going to use some fish emulsion and some either compost or some black cow fertilizer, or, you know, manure. And you use the fish, like the Alaskan fish oil emulsion or whatever. You just feed them to that once a week. So I'm going to give that a whirl and see what I get from there. Okay, so I just planted a whole row of cabbage, and I've already did my little thing, which is very technical. It's cabbage glory. It's like glory of I can't pronounce, but anyways, I'm gonna stick that in the front, and that whole row is cabbage. And the next thing I'm gonna do is some bunching onions, and I'm gonna do more than just 4, I think, because I love onions and they will get 8. So I think I'm gonna do like 6 of those in each one of these little pods. It's actually supposed to get like down to like 35 tonight, and then I think one day this weekend coming up it's supposed to get down in the 20s. And then after that, I think for the foreseeable forecast, I believe it's gonna be in the low 40s, maybe 50s at night. So I'll take that for right now. I have the option of bringing these in. But these are, like I said, these could be planted in the ground if I had workable soil right now. But I obviously do not. I don't have a good place to usually plant these because our ground stays so saturated and so wet that it's just too much right now for me to put them anywhere. But I have a new area. I think I'm going to actually put them in a raised bed and get them established there. But pests, like I said, are very heavily when it comes to cabbage and cauliflower and broccoli. So when I planted my tomatoes last year, I had not one single pest problem, and in where I planted them, because I believe I planted a whole bunch of dill and a whole bunch of marigolds, and I think like I just had the perfect amount of those types of flowers and stuff to repel. I don't know. I don't think I've never been that lucky. So they say you should swap out your beds every year because of pest issues. I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna keep my tomatoes where they're at. Like I said, I didn't have any pest problems, so I'm just gonna roll with it. See about that. And then I think if I do get my area tilled out here, that is usually where I put like my cold water plants. I am going to, since I went shopping in my backyard the other day, if you haven't seen my short video, I have a slew of dried marigold seeds. So I'm going to just go crazy with the marigolds back there and get them going. And then hopefully, I was thinking, see, I got distracted. I don't want to plant that many of the purple cauliflower because I'm the only one probably who's going to eat these. So I'm just going to do 4 of those in each cell. But yeah, I'm going to plant some marigolds back there. Maybe it can deter some of the pest issues with the all the plants actually. And I am going to do a bunch of flowers this year. I'm going to plant a bunch of sunflowers. I did quite a bit last year. I'd really love to start like a flower you pick thing. And so, I don't know, marigolds. Yay. I don't know the difference. If any of y'all know the difference between these 2 cabbages that I have. This one is a late flat Dutch, and this one is a Glory of Encuisin. I don't know. I probably knew the difference at one time. It probably tells me what this is. But anyway. I hope you all have plans of starting some seeds. It's gonna be here before you know it. Alright, I got them all done. Cabbage, onion, purple cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli rabe, head broccoli, some Brussels sprouts, dinosaur kale, beets, cauliflower. There they all are. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today as I planted all of my plants that I said, or seeds that I said I was not going to plant, and I did it anyways. I mean, that's what we do, isn't it? Join me next video as I don't know yet. I got things that I gotta do. I'm going to get cleaned up around the yard and do that this weekend in my greenhouse and get my other seeds in there, like my tomatoes and my peppers, and get all that done. So just stay tuned for more videos to come. And if you haven't subscribed, do so, share, tell the world about Rooster Crow Farms. Until I post another video, you guys have a great and wonderful rest of your day. Bye.